whatalovat samo. O se vaingo tu fita tala i neas. Aua e te fiu. Aua e te fiu mo fie. O le winga lofa mtala aua te fiu mo fie. O le tela tātou i mana na o ina ia whatau ina nsini man whamomo. E pangale. E le umiana tātou whaise me a tātou give up. You know what I mean? E le umiana tātou ngā yoi se me e atu lo wa telini ngā yoi ngā whai. Wa telini ni ngā yoi ngā whai. Ma ni mea tātou telini whai. Ona tātou whai. Ona tātou fiu lo. Ona tātou whapeane. Nah. This is not for me. I don't think I can do this. But here's where I'm coming from. A whai se sinimas whamomo e te manao te ngā lua i ai mo lalua uruma. Luna winga. Awa te fiu ngō fiu. Mo ala taimi e te fiu. A whai a le tātou te talo le au malpo, au malpo. Luna winga. Fse soani me le tua ia te oi. In maro whonga le lei. A wale o la fi nau. A wale loutau whai a lalua uruma. I le mele na te manao. E se whai taimi na e se ti ngainga le mea nei o le su angalwenga. Ia vai taimi iaso la, vai taimi o la whato a mata na le maainga mi so to lua. This is before the technology pe o e le taimi na nei. This is before the te lo angalwenga le le taimi. It's all online. But the taimi na e se whaitata te alu tu whaito. And that's what I've been doing. And I umma mai lea kong kalaki sa whangalwenga. I always work in a short contract for lele, whether it's 1 year or 2 years. I always kind of, you know, umma malala kong kalaki mai le inland revenue apahat, and I thought, okay, I'm going to look for another job. O alo lele, le library photocopy my CV, so many copies. And I went out there and knocking on doors. And ole mele whaelak tala, ole tele au tangata. When I knock on the doors, when I approach the employers or the office of business, and I talk to them about jobs, hey, do you have any jobs? Or, you know, introduce myself. And a lot of people say no. A lot of people say, sorry, I mean, no job here. So I go to another company. I go to another office. Sometimes I get their business cards and I call them. I call them and make an appointment to see if I can come and make an, you know, and come and see them, whether they say no or yes. Most of the time, the employer will say, yes, I mean, come, sit down with me come on Wednesday, 11 o'clock in the morning. Let's sit down and have a look at something, you know. O le tele ala te mitu alu tata noe company ma office SSC. Pe o le telefon alo ta ola fi nau wala, ma lota malam. A yeira le te mina o alu le real estate company. Kevin was the boss. Anyway, o watu le real estate company o va pelo, oh man, I can do this job. I can do this job. O watu le rumo le office o fa atu le tene reception. Who's your manager, please? Can I see your manager? And then she walked out and she came back and she said, oh, my manager is busy at the moment. Can I help you? And I said, look, I'm looking for a job. But what's your manager's name? What's his? If you can give me his business card. I made her a business card. I walked away. Anyway, you'll tell me now if I mobile ni telefoni to teletanga no mobile phones. I think I'll allow mobile telephone, but no kangaway kile kupe mo telephone ngawe game. But anyway, so I went away with the business card and I called him from home. I went home, called him, and I left a message. I didn't say that I was looking for a job. All I said, Kevin, my name is Ami Pepe. I'm just looking for some opportunity with any organization. If you have time, please give me a call. Kevin. And then I called him again. A few days later, Kevin. So I thought, hey, let me go back to that office and see Kevin. O te alatula, la wava no Kevin. O latulo, fatule reception. Can I see Kevin, please? Kevin. And then I introduced myself. Kevin, my name is Ami. I left you a couple of messages in the last couple. Oh, yes. Ami, yes, I am very sorry, Ami. Yes, sorry, I was meant to give you a call, but I've been very busy. But anyway, come in. And then that's when I said, look, I'm looking for a job. I'll be good real estate agent. So Melantala, I mean, do you have experience? I said, no. I never worked with in this area before. I never worked as a real estate agent before. And I said, oh, Ami, you don't have the experience. You don't have the skills, Ami, you don't have the experience. Do you have any qualifications? I said, I don't have any qualifications, but I can do the job. If you can show me what to do, I can do it. He said to me, sorry, Ami, there's no job here. So I walked away and I said, look, thank you very much. Nice meeting you. So I walked away. Something strong come into my head and say to me, Ami, go back there tomorrow. Ami, go back there tomorrow. You can do it, Ami. The next day I went back. Yes. O loaku faculty reception says, Kevin here. Oh, yes, Kevin. Loaku the reception call. Kevin came back and said, hey, Kevin, morning. How are you? He looked at me and he said, Ami, can I help you? And I said, look, I thought I was in the area. I thought I'd come back and say hello. Yeah, Ami, but look, Ami, sorry, I told you yesterday there's no job. I said, thank you. No, all good, Kevin. Thank you very much. You have a good day. Because I said, Kevin, I walked away. It was hard. It was hard. Tell you the truth, it was hard. But for some reason, my mind said to me on that second day, Ami, give Kevin 2 or 3 days and then go back. Ja, I want to feel more fear. I want to feel more fear. And if I made a no job, no business, no whatever, it doesn't mean, here's something that I learned. No, N-O, ole. Do you know no stands for new opportunity? Man, that's very powerful. New opportunity. N-O stands for new opportunity. What I learned on that day, when someone say no to me, it gives me new opportunity to keep on going. It gives me a new opportunity to go and learn from somewhere else, or go somewhere else, or go back. If I no today, it doesn't mean that they will say no to you tomorrow. It doesn't mean that they will say no to you next week. You got to keep on going back. You got to keep on going back. Because something said, my mind kept on telling me, Ami, you got to keep on going back. You got to keep on going back. I went back the third time. A few days later, I met with Kevin. Yeah. Kevin saw me as that kind of person. With his sense of humor. And then they will shout and scream at you with the sense of humor. That's when I realized, yes. This is the third time I went back and I said to reception, I said, hey, it's Kevin here. And she gave me a smile. She said, okay, I'll be back. She went back and Kevin came up to in the front office. Ani, what's wrong with you? I told you 2 or 3 times before, there's no job here. Ani, what's wrong with you? Even though he was screaming and shouting in front of everyone, but I could tell, with me personally, he's got that sense of humor. I put a big smile on my face. I said, Kevin, come on, man. I was just in the area. I thought I'd come and say hello. I'm sure there's a job here for me. He said, no, Mommy. I told you there's no job. And stop coming back here. Go to another office. Go to another company and find a job. Stop. You're wasting my time. Everyone's laughing. And he was laughing at the same time. He was screaming and shouting. And that's when I said to myself, yes. Anyway. I said, thank you, Kevin. Hey, we'll see you again. I'll be back here tomorrow. And everyone's laughing. He walked away. And I walked away. And I said, thank you, God. I'll tell you what. The very next day, I didn't go there. I was going to the bakery. And I walked up to the bakery and Kevin saw me on the other side. He said, Ami. I said, hey, Kev. He gave me, yeah, Ami, how are you? And I said, yeah, pretty good. What's up? He said, I was thinking of you yesterday. I said, whoa. Man, I was thinking of you yesterday. Hey, do you have time? I said, yes. I'm just going to the bakery to buy something. He said to me, Ami, don't worry. I'll buy us something to eat. We'll go have breakfast upstairs in my office and we'll talk. Le time now for my Kevin or alu for a town and my breakfast. I want to love. He bought us breakfast. We went upstairs, sitting, in his room, and we talked. And he said to me, Ami, one of my staff is going away to Vietnam for 2 months. So I need you. I said, yes, show me what I can do, or show me what to do, and I can do it. Savali is a lot, Kevin, for my paperwork or what needs to be done. 2 months job. But what happened? A lot of sidila. What happened here? I want a few more fee. I want to find my little company and then okay. Telito ya fai me e fai tata. O le tele me fai tata tu te fai. O le tele le ai a mai tātou. O le tele o tangata say no to you. O le tele fo na lo wola fi na mo lo wola fi tong fai. Don't give up. You will always get those spiritual moments. You will always get those mindset. If so swani mai le tu ya o le taimi fa ton tu ne lo ma fa. Wala sisi le mai le tu e te o le te fi na. O le te fina, o le te le o you never give up. You keep on doing things. Whether you go back to the same company, whether you go back to the same job, or go to another job, it doesn't matter. But the Spirit was telling me, go back to see Kevin, go back to, I know all I come out Kevin here, but go back. I knew there's something there. But it was only for 2 months. Au te whingo fia, o tātou te olo I se mea e poloka I tātou, o maloma tātou tomo whai. E le mwhai na whisosane atu le tu e te. Pea e le ola tomo whai, ma e ola whina. Even though he gave me 2 months. He gave me 2 months. That was good enough for me. Langa le tau su esa unga luenga le taimine. Lo umale se unga luenga. Le tau su esa unga luenga le taimine. But within those 2 months, I applied for another job. 2 days before I finished those 2 months, and so look, Kevin and he said to me, Ami, look, I know you got 2 more days to go, but I just want to say thank you so much for your help in the last 2 months. Man, you're doing really well. I really appreciate your help, but we don't have the opportunity here for you. We don't have a job. I wish I had the money, to pay you to work here. I said to Kevin, don't worry about it. I've got a job. And he goes, whoa. Ami, congratulations. I said, yeah. A few days ago, I went for a job interview. I got a job. That's when I got a job, offered a job from Housing New Zealand in Iloa Hut as a tenancy manager. But this is where I'm coming from. Tātou te mana o I ngā ioi nei, ai tino mai te ao se whamdianga. Tātou te mana o I ngā ioi nei, ai tino mai te ao se les whamdianga. I tell you what, e le mawhaina maua e tātou, le ola whinau. Pe a whai tātou te leo, tamo whai, e umi dawa se teimi tātou te tamo whai. Whato a mau se whamdianga, a wale tele o le te leo lau tamo whai, ma lo ola whinau. O le telefona ni a onga ese e te maua ina mai I to tonu lo ola tau whai. You will learn a lot of skills. You will learn a lot of experience. But just by going out and see people. If people say no to you today, it doesn't mean that they will say no to you tomorrow. I'm telling you now. Just keep on going. Just keep on. No means new opportunity. O le taimi e whameltanga te tau, Ami, I'm very sorry, but there's no job here. I said to myself, thank you. Because it gives me a new opportunity to go next door. It gives me another opportunity to go and keep on going. Aua te whiungo fia. O lana siri ben whamoe moe atu. Aua te whiungo fia. God will help you. Because o le taimi te whiua I le mea na mai whapea anu e le mwhaina o whaia. God will move away from you and go out there and help someone else. Lai whinau. Ele whaupunga ala tuspa ia wale masane tātou o le whātua le ininga luenga. E mate, faith without work is dead. A whailana tātou talo. How can we get how can we get help and support from God if we just pray? No action. Ia o le whātua le ininga luenga. E mate la. E mana oi, o le halmena te whina. Get up and do it. Take action, because the more you take action, aua te whiungo fia, o le tele o le whamulianga te mo. Pea whai te tamo whai e te whinau, o le tele ni au onga le te mo. Pea whai te whinau. A whai metanga te leise e awanua, le eise pisinisi there. Just keep on going. Have a look. Think outside the box. What else can I do? Who else can I approach? Because when people say no to you, that means it creates a new opportunity. Aua e te whiungo fia. Whaftai.